Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 2, Episode 8, you guys. So, today is Sunday. I don't normally do my videos on Sunday if I don't absolutely have to. And since we don't have a show that really comes on Saturdays, I don't really do my videos on Sundays anymore. So I usually just wait to save power for Monday. And it's better for my analytics and everything. But anyway, you guys don't care about that. We are here today because, baby, that Courtney was in her bag, her and her writers. I don't know what then got into them, you guys, but this reminded me of old Power days. I know I've been telling you guys that, and some of you guys agreed, others didn't. I had moments when my heart was racing. Like, this was how I used to feel when Power would go off back in the day, you guys. This was so damn good. Yes, I know some timelines is fucked up and everything. We'll talk about it in the review, but yet and still, you guys, very entertaining. I'm loving this season. I'm sad that it's about to come to an end because I think we only have 2 episodes left, you guys. And boy, are they going to be some doozies. I can already tell. Anyway, you guys, I'm losing the sun. So let me try to get this done. The review, let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So the show opens with Tariq in court. And, of course, prosecutor is saying that he's guilty. And the defense is going to make it look like he's, not. And this is all unfair. And this ploy to, kind of bring down the black young man, but trust me, they believe he's guilty. Davis gets up and says that they're going to say that he killed Ramirez and Reynolds, but he's a straight-A student. All he wants is custody of his sister, go to school, live his life, okay? But, of course, the prosecutor has stopped that from happening. But when we finish with this trial, you guys are going to be so shocked that they even brought Tariq, even wasted his time doing something like this. Of course, the prosecutor says Tariq had the motive and the means, okay, and that they plan on showing that in this trial. They even have a tape of somebody that's saying that he had information about it. And Davis was like, wait a minute, we didn't get no damn tape. Who's this tape? I don't know anything of it. So the judge has him come up there. And, Davis was like, yeah, we don't know anything about the tape. And she was like, yeah, you don't know anything because we hid it. We were worried that our person that, got him on tape was going to be in danger. So the judge was like, yeah, give me the tape. You got to give it to Davis and we'll readdress the next day. So on the break, as if Tariq ain't got other shit to worry about, here come the facilitator of the estate, the lawyer. And he was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that your daddy put in place that, so some shit like this go down because he knew it was, remember. This is exactly where he thought the little nigga was going to be. Yeah, we got your sister. She's going to be adopted, to a real nice family. Going to have her name changed. Your dad had that set up too, so you can never find her again. Okay? That poor Tariq ain't got time to be worried about that. He's on trial for his damn life. Okay? But of course, his sister being gone, I'm sure that breaks his heart. But can't talk about that too long because here come Davis. Davis want to know who the hell is on tape that Tariq was talking about this murder with. And Tariq was like, I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody. I've stayed away from everybody. I said, not everybody. Not everybody. Because at this point, Mel, Effie, and Lauren could have really put him in trouble, okay? But I guess he was thinking that, them ones would never betray him. But Davis is reminding him, look, I'm going to keep you out of trouble as long as you give me my money. But you know what? The money ain't been flowing like it had been. So let's put this on a little bit of on a speed up. Listen, you give me my money by tomorrow, or you let a public defender defend you, okay, and find your ass in prison for a long ass time. Now, of course, the tape we know is Lauren. And now Lauren's family is involved. Of course, her parents were going to find out about all this because of that damn Milgram, okay? And she doesn't have any choice. She's going to have to get on the stand. I said, well, I'm sorry, sis. In the meantime, y'all, where we going to get this product from? Okay, the shit done dried up with Kane and Auntie. Okay, so Mel and Effie, I guess Mel had like a contact that he knew of, some white boy off the street that, can get him some shit. But Effie looking at him, they hooked up in a motel room and, he got the drugs in a damn rollaway bag. And Effie can tell he's sketchy, but he said he got the good shit. He bring out the pills, he bring out the cocaine, and Effie was like, nigga, let me taste this. Okay, so she stick her finger in and taste it, and she was like, okay. Our clients, they ain't gonna fuck with that. Okay, we ain't even gonna put our name on that shit. You know, of course, the white boy is all offended, like, well, damn, if you don't want my shit, no, we don't want your shit. So now Mel is like, well, what are we supposed to do? Okay, we need to have the product. Well, not just any old product. It still has to be quality. So, yeah, now we got to come up with a plan B. Now, over at the house, Auntie is asking Diane, where is Drew and Renzo? And of course, Diane don't know. She said, don't nobody tell her shit around here these days. You know, and Diane is getting pretty fed up with it, being in the dark. And Auntie was like, well, they ain't telling me nothing either. And you know, that's not a good thing, Diane. If they shutting us both out, you know, your daddy could have him out there doing shit that he not really ready for. And I was like, you think? Auntie is trying to, you know, appeal to Diane's soft side and says, listen, if you find out anything, you know, let your mama know. We're going to be on a team together. We got to get this figured out, you know. And see, child, while she trying to talk to Diane, her phone ringing off the hook. You know, Diane was like, who's that, mama? Okay, she was like, it's Zeke's agent, you know, Miss Nosebud, if you must know. Okay, but I got to take this call. Well, tell me, why does Auntie go into the bedroom? You better learn how to whisper at least. You know, what are you calling me for here? I told you that we were done. I said, nigga, can you bring that shit down a few decibels? You know, your old sneaky ass snooping daughter is right outside the damn door. Renzo was like, you know, I need to talk to you. We need to talk. And of course, Auntie is like, we ain't got shit to talk about. Now, while he on the phone with Auntie, Kane come in there and was like, hey, the shipment came at the hangar, you know, and Renzo, did I call him Renzo? Have I been calling him Renzo, you guys? I meant Dante. Dante was like out. You know how you shoot your kids away when you're on an important call. Here they come talking about, can they have some Fritos? Shit. Go some fucking where, Kane. So, he was looking at, I didn't know what it was at the time, but now I know it's a ring. You know, he was looking at the ring. I guess this is a ring that he was intending on giving to Monet. And so, you know, he's all still in love with her. Dante, are you really still trying to get the girl? Boy, you better just worry about your son. But anyway, he telling her, you can't ignore this. And she was like, listen, you think I'm the same broke bitch from back in the day. Listen, I'm a mean ass bitch now. And I don't play that. Okay? Whatever, Auntie. All this damn yelling you doing, your skirt is hanging. Your nosy ass daughter is listening from outside. So when Monet leaves, of course, Diane goes snooping around in the room. I don't know what she's looking for. She probably don't know what she's looking for, but she knows it's in that damn room. Okay. So she goes looking through and she just happens to go into this chest of drawer and she just happens to pull out this Bible. What would make her look at a Bible? I guess she was like, I know good damn well my auntie don't know God like that. My mama don't know God like that. So why she got this Bible in her damn drawer? So she pulls out the Bible and inside it just so happens to have a picture. I know, you guys. Come on now, it's entertainment. It just so happens to have a picture of a baby in there. Okay, looks at the back of it and it says Ezekiel Cross. And in the front of the Bible, it's stamped. What was the name of the damn hospital, you guys? Wilmington Hospital. Okay, something for Diane to go on. Let's jump back over to Tariq. So he's at the room, and Tariq is stressed the fuck out. Okay, on top of that, we still ain't got no product. And Mel and Effie, you know, Mel thought he had the answer, but Effie was like, no, that was some bullshit. So Tariq was like, I actually do have a plan, but we're gonna need the Tejadas, and they might not be, you know, with it. Okay. But I guess he gonna put a call in to Auntie Monet and see what she think. Now, at the same time, Auntie is over there telling Kane that we gotta do something. We ain't got no money. And the money that we was getting to Davis was the only thing that was keeping you out of jail because it's keeping Tariq out of jail. So we got to come up with something. Okay. And then ring, it is Tariq. Okay. And, you know, Kane don't want her to answer the phone like, fuck him. We don't need him. She was like, yes, we do. All right. So, Tariq talks to Auntie and we gonna set up something. I said, the timing couldn't have been better, Tariq. So next thing we see Tariq and Effie and Mel, they meet Auntie and Kane, you know, at some secret location back in the freezer or whatever. And, you know, Auntie got an attitude. Girl, you ain't got time to have an attitude. You better be glad this boy called you, you know. What can we do you for, Tariq? And Tariq was like, okay, well, listen, this is the plan. We need the weight, right? Okay, let's just rob the Connect. Steal the damn drugs if we have to. And Kane was like, man, please. Mecca ain't gonna let nothing like that happen. He gonna kill whoever come, you know, his way. And Tariq was like, that's why we let him think that the GTG boys was the one that did it. You know, frame him up for it. So Tariq is trying to give him the plan, and Auntie is kind of just listening because Auntie don't have many options right now. But Kane is still sort of like, no, and Mill said he gonna help out, and if he gonna do her part and all of that. And Kane was like, I mean, I guess it could work, but we gonna need Drew in order for it to really go down. And so, of course, when Kane goes back to tell Drew about it, Drew was like, fuck no. Okay, I was like, you guys know that Drew ain't got the teeth for this. But then Kane tells him, listen, if you do this, then Lil Guwop is gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna go on and clip him for you. And Drew was like, no, the only way I'll do this is if I get to kill him. Okay, pull the trigger. Kane was looking at him like, nigga, what? Now you whore like that, you whore. And Drew was like, no, I'm gonna do it. That's the only way I'm gonna do it. And Kane was like, fine, nigga, if that's what you want to do, I mean, good. That takes one less body off me. So how are we gonna do this? Auntie, again, she just listening to her kids come up with the plan. And because she was like, that nosy ass Diane gonna be around. And Drew was like, we gonna get Tariq to distract Diane. And, we gonna go on and do what we gotta do. It's gonna work out just fine. And, Auntie is just like, I mean, I guess. What other choice does she have? So Tariq sets up the date with Diane, and that's done. And then he goes to see Davis, and Davis was like, yeah, I got the damn tape. Okay. And Tariq was like, let me listen to the tape, and Davis was like, in so many words, I can't let you listen to the tape because that shit is just supposed to be between the lawyers and the judge and everything. But I could conveniently leave my laptop open right here, and you could conveniently sneak around here while I go and get me something to drink and listen to the tape. Okay, kind of gives him the look at the laptop like, nigga, don't let me spell this out for you. And finally it clicks in Tariq's head. So Davis walks off, and Tariq goes around and he looks at it and he turns it on, and we hear Lauren's voice, and he's just like, fuck. Don't tell me this is Lauren, the one that I've been fucking on all this time, my girl. So he feels betrayed. So he jump up, slam the laptop down, and Overly Dedicated was like, Tariq, before you do anything, I don't know if you listened to that tape or not, but if you did, you can't go and blame Lauren. She kind of got caught up in this shit because Milgram had, manipulated her into thinking that she had to do it. There were some drugs in her room, and they said that they was going to do all of this, and she got scared, and, that's why, and she got caught up in it. So she was really just in the middle. It was really Milgram that did that, okay? But don't go do nothing crazy with, Tariq is pissed. So later on, we see Overly Dedicated in the bed with the prosecutor, okay? And we about to get it on, even though I can see, that she has some clothes on, but all the rest of them is naked. Okay, y'all missed that in editing, but anyway, they trying to get it together, it's a little off, sis kind of distracted. And then Overly Dedicated, goes in for the kill and tries to kiss her. And she was just like, wait a minute, no. Like, this ain't that kind of party. We just fucking ain't all this kissing and acting like we together. And Overly Dedicated was like, would it be so bad if we were together? Yes, she ain't trying to do that. Plus, you guys, she got too much shit on her brain. She got this damn case and all of that, and then we got this tape, and we know that Lauren's testimony is coming up and all that, so she's all distracted and stressed. But Overly Dedicated lets it be known that Tariq knows about the tape. She was like, Overly Dedicated, did Tariq listen to the tape, yes or no? And he was just like, as far as I know, okay, Tariq has no knowledge of the tape. But she doesn't trust that. As a matter of fact, she pretty much knows that Tariq has listened to this tape. So now she's all stressed, like, is my client in danger? As far as he knows, the client is not in danger. But she can't go by that hill. She thinks that Tariq is a hardcore murderer. I mean, some would say that he is. So she put Overly Dedicated out the damn house. Okay. Then she on the phone, child. She calling and calling and calling. Who you think she's calling? Well, that would be Milgram, who's in class, by the way, right now with Councilman Tate. She's trying to get in touch with Milgram. Milgram is trying to talk to the class about the truth, and is it okay sometimes to lie? So we tossing around that conversation and how sometimes people do have to lie. It is not, it's not what we want to do, but sometimes it's what we have to do. So everybody's talking and whatnot. Milgram finally gets the call from the prosecutor, so she excuses herself, invisible church finger, and walks on out. And she's just like, yeah, girl, you been calling? And the prosecutor was like, listen, Lauren is in danger. Tariq knows about the tape. Okay, he knows what was said on there. Milgram is looking around like, oh my God, Lauren wasn't in class today. Okay, so she goes back in there, and she was just like, yeah, I gotta go. She grabs her shit and she walks out. So, and while she was going out the door to go talk to the prosecutor, Tariq had done slipped out. She didn't see that, of course. And when she went back to get her shit, she was so scared and shook up and everything that she didn't even think to look for Tariq. So she goes and tries to go to Lauren's dorm room. Okay, and she gets to the dorm room and the door is already slightly ajar. Damn, everything is about to die. Lord have mercy. Hold on. So she walks in there. She kind of looking around for Lauren, and then who should walk out but Tariq. Okay. I was like, girl, I know you got the bubble guts. I know you nervous. So Tariq, she was like, Tariq, what are you doing here? And he was like, what are you doing here? You looking for Lauren? You checking on her safety? I'm not the one that was putting her in danger. Okay. But you the one that put her square in the middle of some bullshit. And now she might actually be in danger. I'm trying to help her out, and here you come with the mess. So he didn't put the guilt trip on Milgram and says, you know what, the only way that you can really clear Lauren from this is if you take the stand instead. Clear her name, all right? You the one that got all this shit going. I thought you said that you cared about your students and that, you know, you protected your students, but I can't tell by this. He done played on Milgram's, you know, her feelings and all, and she was just like, I can't get up there, you know, I didn't know anything. And he was like, you can lie. And you done did it plenty of times. So, I mean, I can't see why you couldn't do it this time either. So he laid on her thick. I said, make her feel like the gutter snipe that she is. So she rushes on back to court. And, you know, she finds the prosecutor. She tells the prosecutor that she also overheard Reynolds talking about the book, you know. So, you know, she could be the one that gets on the stand instead. So the prosecutor was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I guess I could put you on since you say that you know this too. So she gets up there and she says that she knew about the novel and she's always suspected Tariq. And, you know, Tariq was the person that the novel was based on and yada, yada, yada. She says, you know, she never knowingly wants to put her students in harm's way. So that actually goes pretty smoothly. Looks like she's gotten Lauren off the hook, and she said that she knew about it and all this. I said, girl, you ready for this cross questioning that Davis is about to bring your way? Because it ain't going to be pretty. I said, come on, Method Man, with the acting. Child, I was almost cheering. So he get up there and he says, yeah, so Milgram, you were involved with the lead investigator, right? And what can she say? But yes. Even though she tried to say it was a long time ago, we ain't asked all that. You was involved with the lead investigator, right? Yep, involved with Detective Important. Okay, and do we have any history together? And she was just like, what are you saying? He says, I'm asking you, did you and I used to fuck back in the day? And she was just like, well, yes. And he says, and we already know about your relationship with Reynolds. What about Zeke? Oh, Lord. I know then, honey, all the shit just fell out. I said, it was a wonder if that girl didn't pee on herself. She was like, Zeke. And he was like, yes, Ezekiel Cross. Okay, your student. Weren't you having a relationship with him too? And he's the other suspect, right? She was just sort of like, yeah. I said, oh, Milgram, ain't nothing like the whole card being pulled, you know. And he was like, okay, so what you're saying is that you done slept with everybody. And now you done got up here and you expect us to believe whatever you got to say about Tariq. Okay, didn't you say that you would never knowingly put your students in harm's way? That you would never do anything for your own personal gain? He said, well, you was up under Zeke and I bet you was getting some gain out of that. David, you ain't had to go there with it, you know. Before the damn prosecution could object, you know, he was like, well, you know, stricken. But, Carrie Milgram, if I was you, I would be touching up that resume. Okay, baby, you ain't gonna be at that school much longer. I said, oh, boy, was that a foreshadowing? But we'll talk about it in a little bit, y'all. Now... let's jump back over to Auntie. So Auntie Monet and Renzo are talking and, you know, they trying to get it back together. You know, Auntie is trying to reclaim her love for her man that's been in jail all this time to get on her fucking nerves. The man that she loved across town, you know, it's just too difficult. Too much shit. So, yeah, let me try to work on this shit with Renzo. Okay? Now, they gonna have a nice little date today. But Diane was like, Mama, I need to talk to you. And she was like, girl, not right now. Okay, we'll talk later, shit. And she was like, fine. Where are you going anyway? She said, I'm going to Zeke's game. All right, fine, go on somewhere. You know, Auntie's sick of her anyway. So when the girl leaves, now it's Auntie's turn to go through her shit in her room. And she's snooping and everything, and she finds some condoms in Diane's drawer. And I was like, well, at least the girl's being safe. I mean, if she is out there fucking and everything, at least we know she ain't gonna get pregnant or get no STD. I mean, we got to be happy for the small things. So Monet and Renzo, they go walking on the boardwalk at Coney Island, just trying to reconnect, and things are gonna be better now. He asked her what's her plan, and her plan was like, all I got today is to enjoy this time with you. Okay. Got to keep Renzo busy anyway, because all this other shit is going down. Okay, and when I say it's going down, baby, it is going down. Now we see Dante. He's at the house with the world's scariest Asian and Kane. And there's a power outage, And first of all, Dante ain't with the shit today. He already irritated about his girl, his baby boy, all this shit. And now we got a fucking power outage, and he gets a call, and it's some of his boys at the hangar, and they was like, we getting hit, or they say some shit like that, and then you hear little popping, and Dante can't understand, like, what's going on? Oh, it's going down at the hangar where y'all just got y'all damn delivery. And at the hangar, it's a big shootout, and people in there, they shooting pow, 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 and people dead everywhere, it's bad. So when the world's scariest Asian tells Dante, yeah, look like we getting hit at the hangar, we got to get on down there. Kanye, not Kanye, y'all, Kane, he looking a little nervous, and Dante was like, what's up? And he was like, nah, nothing. He was like, no, I can tell something's up. What's up? And he was like, just something about this power outage. It kind of reminds me of some shit that I did with GTG back in the day. Okay, so put the little bug in Dante's ear. Okay, this is part 1 of the plan. Part 2 of the plan is Effie and Mel. Okay, so Effie got her hair done all pretty, and she got her on her, Catholic girl school uniform, and Mel, of course, is a white boy, Letterman's jacket, all of that. And we got GTG in the car with Drew, okay? Mel is going to go inside and distract the security. And the security is like, look, I got shit going on right now. We got a power outage and all that. But of course, Mel uses white privilege and all that, put the pressure on old boy. And he does get the security guard distracted. So while he's doing that, then in walks Effie. Actually, it's Effie, Drew, and GTG, okay? Part 3 of the plan. All right, so Effie branches off from Drew and old Guwap, and she goes and she finds another security guard, and she was like, oh my God, my grandmother fell and I think she broke her hip. And the guard was like, well, I'm trying to deal with this power outage. I'll help. She says, no, you have to go now. Okay. And the security guard was like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess now. Okay. So she follows her out. She's like, right this way. And now, security guard, you ain't thought, like, why is this woman all the way back in the boiler room? Nigga, you had to come this far to find somebody to help your damn granny, and why are we? So anyway, the security guard don't think about none of this. She followed Effie back out to the outside, and she walks all the way outside, and then Effie goes and closes the door, locks the lady out, takes her keys on the slide, picked her pocket, she didn't know. And she goes back inside. So now we got the security guards all taken care of. That big ass high rise, all the shit they got in that room, in that building. You mean to tell me, Dante, you was only paying for 2 fucking security guards? 2 of them? Now, plan 4 is Drew and Lil Guwap on the stairwell. They going upstairs, and Lil Guwap is saying, he feeling some kind of way about this. He feeling sentimental and shit. So he tell Drew, even though they kind of got off to a bad start, he want to give him some shit, some tokens of appreciation, like, I love you, homeboy. You my homeboy now. We doing this together, GTG and your family. Like, who would ever thought it? So he give him some damn gold teeth. I was like, what a trophy there, some gold teeth in there. I don't know if it had a little plaque that says to Drew with love. Okay, thank you for everything. But yeah, he give him that. And then he also give him a stack of money. So, between him and Guwap, as far as Guwap is concerned, we good now, okay? He done paid off his debts for shooting him in the shoulder, And Drew was like, oh, yeah, man, thanks, okay? But then when Lil Guwap passes him up on the stairs, Drew look up at him sinisterly. I was like, Drew, now, this ain't you, boy. This ain't you. But, come on, I guess you got to prove something. So the coast is clear, and Drew finally has his moment. Now, nigga, we don't need to have no conversations, baby. Just pull out the gun and shoot him. Okay, this is, because anytime you got to have conversations, then that's when it all go wrong. And it all goes wrong again this time, or at least it started off wrong. He tried to pull out the gun. He trying to talk to GTG, tell him this, that, and the other. What he about to do and all of that. And next thing you know, Guwap, who's from these streets, okay, he knocked that damn gun out his hand, and they get to fighting and shit. And I was like, Drew, do we not remember that you was shot in the shoulder? I guess the adrenaline was going, but at one point he was like, fuck. Nigga, you out here fighting when you had a fucking gun with a silencer. You ain't even had to get scuffed up or nothing, So child, they get to fighting and all this, and he finally get Guwap on the ground, get on top of him, and that passion, that rage, he got the thing around his neck, and I said, oh, okay, Drew. Ain't nothing like killing somebody with your own hands. I mean, it's one thing to do it with a gun, but when you up close and personal and you can choke him out like that, and honey, he kills old Guwap right there and puts him in the rubbish bin, for him to go on down into the trash chute. Can you imagine what the trash man gonna have when he come the next day? Now, jumping back over to Kane and Dante and the world's scariest Asian, they at the hangar. And when they get there, just people dead and shit all over the place. And one of the guys was like, ain't no drugs, So Dante's like, fuck, they got us, okay? But Dante said, damn it, he ain't going out for the fight. You gonna give him his damn drugs back. He about to go for the hunt. Diane, she trying to figure out where everybody at. She called Kane, and it was actually perfect timing. She calls Kane while he's at the hangar. Dante just left. And, Kane was like, okay, he just sort of like, oh, okay, all right. So then he tell old boy at the hangar with him, it was like, I got to go, okay? And, you just clean up here and do whatever, whatnots and all of that. So he leaves out, and I guess, the plan was for Drew to go into Mecca's house, get all of the shit, and come on out. Actually, it was really just to get that ring and some other stuff. So he goes into the house, and I guess Kane is about to head back to the car, because we all got all this taken care of. Drew get in there, he pulling out guns, and he get the ring and all of that. And then he hears the door opening. Okay, it's the world's scariest Asian. I said, oh, fuck, Drew, I hope you was ready to listen. This nigga right here is not the same as GTG Guwap that you done put down the rubbish bin. Okay, I'm sure the world's scariest Asian knows every martial art known to man. This motherfucker about to beat your ass and kill you. So you better be ready. You best be ready, honey. All them cute little antics that you did earlier ain't gonna work here. So he in there. He don't know what to do. Nigga, you better hide. Okay, he texts Kane like, somebody's in here. What the fuck? Okay, and Kane figures that it's the world's scariest Asian, and he know Drew ain't ready for that. Okay. So Drew hides off, and the world's scariest Asian is trying to go around the house and getting, guns and shit. Okay. And Kane come busting in there, world's scariest Asian. And the man was like, what you come busting in here like that for? He was like, we gotta go. He basically saves Drew's ass. Drew better be glad that damn Kane came in there when he did. Because he was gonna be heading into there because Drew was hiding where there was a bunch of guns. But, so Kane distracts the world's scariest Asian and all of that, and Drew was able to sneak out. That nigga was scurry. I'm talking about I know he probably was going to have a hyperventilation in that car. He hurried up and get in that car. And I was like, where the fuck you been? He's like, drive. Nigga, we ain't got time to sit here and talk. Go. So the plan did go down, pretty smoothly. I mean, we had a couple of little hiccups and all. I said, nigga, when all that adrenaline wear down, your shoulder's going to be hurting like hell. But we got the ring. So they get a ring to Tariq. Tariq goes and takes the ring to Davis. Okay, go on and cash that in, get some money off of it. I'm sure it's worth, whatever it is that we got to hold you off on, and there you go. Davis was like, well, I'll thank you for that. Okay, he plans on doing just that. He was like, it was pretty smart of you to get Milgram up there on that stand. He said, I see you trying to protect your little girlfriend, huh? But let's jump back over to the Tejadas, you guys. This was one of the fucking best things that I've seen on Power in a long ass time. So we all sitting around the table. Diane is about fucking tired of not knowing what the hell's going on. Where the hell was everybody today? Well, Renzo and Monet, they was at Coney Island, you know, trying to reconnect the love. Where was you, Diane? She said, well, I was at Zeke's game. Zeke even happens to be there. Zeke was like, oh, I didn't see you there. And then Drew was like, yeah, I didn't see you there either, Diane. Well, shit, Zeke didn't see Drew either, but I mean, I guess we ain't got time to be splitting hairs, so... she was like, oh yeah, well, they wouldn't let us sit in our regular seats. Okay, but damn it, I was there. Kane says, well, you know, she probably was with that little nigga Tariq and all, but you know, Tariq about to go to jail, so you're gonna have to find somebody else to be hunching up on. And she was just like, first of all, Tariq is not going to jail. And they was like, nigga, how you know? I mean, why you know so much about the Tariq case? You know, that's what Auntie asked Diane. I said, Auntie, don't be asking this girl nothing. Don't you see the furrow in her brows? Shit is about to go down, baby. She about to blow up your fucking spot. Diane says, listen, if you want to know what I know a whole lot. Okay, I know that Kane sugared the cocaine that we had. He fucked up our whole system just so he can be the connect. And Renzo was like, Kane, is that true? And here go Auntie, Kane, how could you do that? Girl, you know, like baby, you better go on and act like you didn't know either. And Kane was like, yeah, that shit is true because you guys tried to cut me out. You iced me out. Renzo was like, so you conned your way into this whole connection thing. And he was like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. Poppy, I'm the one that should be your right-hand man, not Drew. All this shit I done did for this family, and you picked that soft ass nigga? I said, well, Drew did kill somebody, you know. So Poppy was like, oh, so now you're against the family. And he says, Poppy, do you know that Drew ain't even killed Everett? And then Renzo looked at Drew like, you didn't. And then Zeke was like, oh, you know about Everett, my basketball teammate? You was gonna kill him? Oh, I gotta get out of here. I was like, Zeke, baby, you ain't heard nothing yet. Auntie was like, Zeke, honey, please don't go. And Diane was like, yeah, Zeke, you can't go because you, Monet's ticket out of here. She been staging her exit for weeks from drugs and from you, Poppy. And Poppy was looking around like, wait a minute, what? I was like, it ain't nothing like when the daddy get home. He don't know what the fuck going on. The whole family that fell apart. Daddy just sitting there like, I mean, this what happened when you be in jail for fucking almost 25 years. No, I was in there for 12. Anyway, he ain't know nothing. Renzo was like, what the fuck is going on? And Monet was like, bitch, you been lying in my face this whole time. You got your nerve to be sitting up here telling all this business when I know that you been out fucking Tariq like a damn groupie. And then Renzo looked over at Diane. He was like, Diane, now you know we raised you better than that. Okay, she was like, oh, so you want to talk about me fucking on somebody? I mean, I ain't the only one fucking on somebody around here. I said, uh-oh. Diane, you ain't gotta do it like this, do you? I mean, you really fixing to blow this spot the fuck up. She was like, she out there fucking somebody named Dante. Oh, excuse me, let me correct myself. Zeke's daddy. Oh, child, why she say that? Zeke was like, oh, you know about that man that came out there? That's not my daddy. That's not my daddy, right, Auntie? I said, Zeke. I'm gonna need you to put 2 and 2 together. Now, Auntie's face just looked like it just melted away. She was looking like, oh my God. This is not the way I, you know, she hurried up and looked over at Zeke. And when he was like, right, Auntie, that's not my daddy. Diane was like, she's not your auntie. She's your mother. And she pulls out this birth certificate or some paperwork that she must have got when she was doing her little research and all. And he looks at her, he's like, well, this not my birth date. This not mine. And she was like, fool, that is you, okay? Your birth date was not in 2002. They didn't even have no record of you in 2002, but they had record of you in 1998. Okay, you were 23 fucking years old. I said, I knew that motherfucker was older than Kane. I told you guys that. I mean, he looked older than Kane. And, you know, so Kane was like, he older than me? Yes, baby. Now, this part didn't really make no sense because, you know, if you go by the timeline, if this boy was really 8 years old, but they told him he was 4, and an 8-year-old would know to say, no, I'm not 4 years old, I'm 8 years old. So I don't know how they brainwashed him like that, but you know what this is, Zeke, we talking about, child. I mean, you know, these things don't happen overnight. Zeke probably been a little, you know, Zeke's been a little Zeke-ish all his life. So I know he had to be a big-ass 4-year-old. I guess Monet was like, nigga, say he 4 and let that damn be that. Okay, how you in school? You done already learned all this? Did they keep him out of school all this time? This nigga the biggest preschooler in life. Just sitting up there already know how to add and shit, and these kids are. I said, okay, Courtney, it's some bullshit, but we gonna go with it. We gonna roll with it. That damn Zeke was like, I'm 23. That's gonna be a problem with the NBA regulations. This gonna keep me from getting into the NBA. It's gonna ruin my chances for the draft. I was like, oh, is that all you worried about, Zeke? Now, we done blew up this big-ass bomb, and you talking about the draft right now. That's your mama, nigga. Your daddy tried to talk to you the other day. We ain't even thinking about that right now. Just the draft, huh? I mean, I guess Zeke was like, that's his millions of dollars down the drain. So, post Zeke goes storming off. And that damn Monet, I know she want to beat Diane's ass. But you know what? What can you do? You was blasted. I felt so damn bad for Monet. I said, girl, you didn't think it was going to happen like this, honey. At one time, you had your head up in the clouds with Dante, and you know you was going to break it to the kids, and he had a nice, pretty little trust fund set up for him. That damn Rizzo was like, bitch, you mean to tell me that's your son? Monet lunges at Diana like, bitch, I'm going to kill you, you know, for time. I said, girl, you ain't going to kill nobody. Okay? Diane said, looks up at her and says, you have been lying to us our whole lives. And I hope it was for good reason. Okay? And Renzo was like, so that's your son. Okay? And she was just like, yes. And he says, and the father? And she don't say, she just kind of look. And then he's like, I think you should go. I said, oh, damn, Auntie Monet. It's like bad. You gotta, girl, I mean, when I tell you done knocked down the most furthest peg in the family, even your own daughter, I was just like, boy, see all them years you've been mean to these kids. Okay, and wouldn't let them live their life. Now look at it. So that damn Monet, she leave out of there. I said, girl, just go on and do the walk of shame. You know, she leave on out of there. And she trying to call Zeke on the phone. Answer the phone, Zeke. Answer the phone. Zeke ain't answering that damn phone. Okay? He fed up with Auntie. All right? She don't know where he is, and then all of a sudden she must get some idea. And she make a hook a right. Okay? Now, we see Carrie Milgram. She's at the house. It's looking pretty bleak for old Carrie, you know, and she's looks at her phone and she gets a text message from Zeke, and it says, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Okay, you want to talk to her. And then there's a knock at the door, and when she opens the door, it's Auntie. All right. And Auntie come in there and she was like, do you know where Zeke is? And she was like, yeah, I don't really talk to Zeke that much these days. And she was just like, I lost my whole family tonight. And Milgram was like, really? How? You know, got caught up in some whole shit, you know, lying and everything, you know, it's bad though. And Carrie was like, oh girl, I know the feeling, you know, I done lost my job, my career, my integrity today. And, you know, so they commiserate. Well, it's terrible. I feel so bad. I felt so bad for both of them, y'all. You know, I never thought that I would feel bad for either one of them, but I really do feel bad for both of them. Now, you guys, let's jump back over to Dante. So Dante goes, finds the people that he thinks is responsible for the hit at the hangar, kills all them up. Okay, so that's taken care of. Him, the scariest Asian, and Kane. And Dante was like, okay, now he got to take care of the mole. And the world's scariest Asian was like, the mole? He was like, yeah, it was an inside job. You know, somebody had to talk. All right, so he looking at Kane, and he walking towards Kane, and I guess the world's scariest Asian looked like, you know, yeah, go on and kill that nigga for telling. And then the next thing you know, he just hook a real quick right, you know, like this here. And child, he done slashed. You know, that's his famous move. He done slashed the damn man's neck. Okay? And he was like, I said, oh, you done killed your most loyal soldier? You done killed the world's scariest Asian? You know, and Kane is looking like, woo, better you than me. You know? So then Kane was like, he was the mo. He was like, yep, he was the rat. Okay? Never thought that he would do something like that. But you know what? People, they cross you every time. Turn their back on you every single time. You know? And Kane was like, yeah, I mean, I guess so. You know? So Kane walk out, and Kane is feeling like, phew. Okay? Dodge the bullet. Okay? Excuse me, a sword. Nigga, this Dante kill on different kind of, you know, he on a whole nother level of killing. But when Kane walks out, Dante kind of looks back at him, and something tells me that Dante knows that the world's scariest Asian was not the rat. But yeah, y'all, it's been a full ass day. And Mel and Effie is at the house with at the dorm with Tariq. And baby, Tariq, this whole episode, Tariq just been tired. Okay, the nigga is just wore out. All right. And so they trying to tell him, you know, all of the shit that went down today and how exciting it was and all of that. You know, Effie finally getting Mel out the room because she want to talk to Tariq one-on-one, you know. And he tells her that Lauren was the one that had got him all jammed up. And Effie was like, I knew that bitch wasn't nothing, you know. You just can't trust women like that, you know. They just they ain't from the streets. They don't know how to conduct themselves. And he was like, yeah, but, you know, in so many words, he knows that Lauren wasn't really trying to get him in trouble. It's just that's kind of how it worked out. But maybe them kind of type of girls ain't the ones for you. You know, Effie was like, you know, here I am, you know, you ain't even trying to do nothing with me. You chose the wrong one. And he was like, yeah, I guess he knows that now, you know. So here him, Effie and him, they get to kissing and everything. I said, Tariq, you about to chop down this girl again? Boy, that Tariq stay busy, don't he? And lastly, you guys, we see Zeke. You know, he's walking up the stairs. I said, oh, those look like Milgram stairs. He's heading to her apartment. I said, you gonna walk in there and see your auntie and Milgram commiserating over they fucked up ass lives, you know, listen to Mary J. Blige, you know, I'm not gonna cry. You know, so he walk in the door is kind of ajar or whatever. And he walk in, you know, he's like, Carrie? And Carrie don't answer. I was like, oh, Lord, did Monet kill Carrie? What would Monet kill Carrie for now? You know, maybe she just pissed at the bitch. But he goes in the door and then he looking all scared. And I said, whoa, what is it, Zeke? They pan the camera around and all we see is her pretty little pink toes hanging from the ceiling. I was like, oh. Y'all, Carrie done hung herself. At least I guess she hung herself. I sure hope Auntie ain't hung her. But she's hanging from the rafters, and I was like, oh, I felt so bad, you guys, because we ain't been feeling it for Milgram. I knew she was gonna die, but I thought she was just gonna die because, you know, I didn't know that the girl was gonna kill herself. I mean, that is not how I wanted the girl to go out. I felt so bad for her. I said, girl, you didn't live to fight another day. You know, but I guess Carrie was just like, yeah, this too much. This too much. And I was just like, oh, man. You know, I was just like, man, this is a terrible way to go out. Terrible. I just really, you know, I thought she was going to die, but I didn't feel bad for old Milgram, you guys. And that Zeke looked there, you know, he looked terrified when I said, boy, that Zeke is getting all kind of bad news, ain't he? Poor thing. But anyway, you guys, that damn episode was so good. Oh my God, it was so good. I'm telling you, it was old feelings of the old Power episodes. Even got it, you know, remember how to Get Away with Murder used to stress us the fuck out the last 15 minutes of every episode? I was getting that on this one. And I was here for it. I'm here for it, you guys. So like I said, 2 more episodes. This shit is going to be good, you guys. But how'd you enjoy the episode? All right, you guys, let me get off of here. It's getting dark out. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars.